Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Hopefully you've all had a chance to see the first episode of The Flash. I already did a non-spoilery review, so this video is going to be a top 10. Don't forget that the first episode of Arrow is tomorrow night too. It's going to be amazing. I will be doing videos for all the DC TV shows every week, so be sure to subscribe to get everything. I'm probably going to do some random giveaways too. So careful for spoilers from The Flash if you haven't seen the episode yet. I'll wait just a sec. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Top 10 moments. Number 10, John Wesley Shipp, the original Flash, is Barry's father. This is one of the best callbacks to the old Flash TV show from the 90s. Not to make any puns, but that didn't run for very long. That version of the character left a pretty big mark, and he was the Barry Allen version, just like this one is. His original co-star in that, Amanda Pays, has actually been cast on the new Flash TV show too. She's going to be playing the exact same character. It'll be Dr. Tina McGee of Star Labs. It's just really awesome of the producers to include the classic cast in that big way. John Wesley Shipp's character is going to be stuck in Iron Heights for most of the season, but the good news is that is where they stick all the criminals. That's like the Arkham Asylum for the Flash. Number 9, the Professor Zoom tease right off the bat in the beginning. They just come right out and say it, yes, big yellow blur, probably going to be the big villain this season. Just for reference, during the TCAs, Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg said that the Reverse Flash would start to manifest early in the seasons, so expect to see more of him after the first couple of episodes, maybe like by episode 4 or 5 or 6, just in time to get ready for the mid-season finale. Yes, I do think that Professor Zoom will appear in the mid-season finale. It might not be the Professor Zoom version of the character, it might be one of the other Reverse Flashes. I just feel like mid-season finales are bookmarked for big villain reveals. That's when they revealed Slade as the big villain of Arrow Season 2, so I'm expecting Zoom in that mid-season finale. Number 8, the superhero CSI aspect to the show. The Flash is an origin story for a whole lot of comic book characters, not just the Flash himself, so naturally it lends itself to the process of discovery, and being that Barry Allen works at a police station, it's going to be something of a superhero CSI show. I don't think they're going to get too hardcore with exposition like they do on CSI. This is the CW after all, it's more about the characters than about the powers. But the big tease is this map here on the screen. All these pockets of energy will be creating new supervillains and new heroes. They already have cast a ton of comic book characters and they've been filming with them. I'm going to wait till a lot of them pop up to talk about them just because there are so many. Number 7, Barry's mystery board tracking his mother's murder. This is going to be one of the other big plots for season 1, solving the mystery of what really happened the night his mother was murdered. During the same TCA panel I just mentioned, the producers said they would be staying really faithful to the general arc of Flash Rebirth. That's the comic that Geoff Johns used to bring Barry Allen back from the dead. He'd been dead in the comics up to that point. Everyone should totally read it, it's totally awesome, and they're probably going to be discounting it. They'll probably be giving big discounts on it. But the big murder mystery ties in with the big villain plot, and for those that have read the comic, just please use spoiler tags when you're commenting about it. Number 6, Gorilla Grodd teaser. There hasn't been any confirmation that Grodd's going to be in season 1. Greg Berlanti actually said he had to argue with the network to keep that Easter egg in there. They were just trying to have some fun with the fans at the time. But they are structuring things so that it's possible for them to do Grodd if they want to at some point. Nothing's off the table in terms of Flash characters, like that universe is open to them. They even said that they're going to be doing Wally West at some point. Not anytime soon, but eventually. Number 5, Ferris Air. I know everyone totally wants to know when Green Lantern is going to come on Arrow or The Flash. If they do end up bringing him into the TV show universe, it would probably be through Arrow first. Like they would bring Hal Jordan onto Arrow, or it's possible they could bring Carol Ferris onto The Flash. They have said that they're open to Green Lantern someday. There's not really room for him this season, there's already like too many big characters, but there's nothing stopping them from doing a cameo in a future season. I do kind of feel like they would probably do Carol Ferris first, just because it'd be easier to deal with that character, like there'd be less clearance required. Number 4, Caitlin Snow's research and her fiance have both been killed by the blast. Caitlin Snow, for anyone that doesn't know, in the comics is Killer Frost, which is a villain. She was actually in the Suicide Squad movie they released a little while ago. It's possible that on the show, Danielle Panabaker could have powers and just not be telling anyone about it. Supposedly she's going to be on Team Flash, so she'll be one of the good guys. We'll probably have to wait till that mid-season finale to see where the character's going. But her fiance that supposedly died is Ronnie Raymond, aka Firestorm from the comics. He's being played by Robbie Mell on the show. We're going to meet him in like episode 3 or 4, I think. It might be episode 3. But he will become Firestorm. Robbie Mell's been tweeting all kinds of pictures from the set, and it totally looks amazing. Of all the big comic book characters they're bringing on the show this season, the secondary characters, I say Firestorm is the one I'm most excited about. Number 3, Weather Wizard is the first of many rogues. They've already cast a bunch of the other rogues, and they even just posted the first official picture of Wentworth Miller as Captain Cold with his cold gun. Like, they literally just posted this right before this episode of The Flash aired. I'm hoping by the end of the season, they actually do team up and call themselves the Rogues. For those wondering what happened to Weather Wizard at the end of this episode, they're basically going to end up throwing him in Iron Heights. Like, he'll be thrown in prison. Feel free to make any prison jokes you want, because there are a lot of Prison Break actors playing rogues. I'm totally not joking. There are a ton of Prison Break people and a ton of Spartacus people coming on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Number 2, Detective Pretty Boy has an unusual name. So they gave him the very loaded name, Edward Thawne, obviously a play on Eobard Thawne, Professor Zoom. It's pretty clear he's normal in this episode. I don't think he has powers, but it's possible that they named him like Professor Zoom, but they'll give him the storyline from Hunter Zolomon in the comics. Zolomon works at the police station and shares a lot of the exhibited qualities of Rick Kuznets, the actor, in this episode. There are a lot of other directions that could go with it, but I just think that that's what's going to happen. The really interesting thing is that they did not let Rick Kuznets attend any of the press tour events. Like, whenever they took the actors to do interviews and stuff, they didn't take him. So I just feel like that means that he's tied up with the big villain plot. And my number 1 moment, of course, huge newspaper twist at the end. The Harrison Wells future newspaper could mean a lot of things. He could be Professor Zoom, he could be another one of the Reverse Flashes, or he could be a future version of Barry Allen. The big Easter egg that everyone's been talking about is the Queen Industries Wayne Tech merger. That's not intended to be anything special. It's just like the Gorilla Grodd thing. It's just the writers winking at the fans. And this Crisis thing isn't an Infinite Crisis storyline teaser or anything like that either. Harrison Wells, though, is someone we definitely need to keep our eyes on. Like, he is someone who definitely has ties to the future. Let me know, though, what was your favorite moment from the episode, and what did you think of the Stephen Amell crossover? Just one of many future Arrow crossovers coming. Don't forget, Arrow Season 3 starts tomorrow. I'll be posting my video for that after the episode airs, so be sure to subscribe to get it. I'll try to get out a few more bonus videos before then, but I will be doing a Q&A for both the Arrow and the Flash on Thursday. For those that are asking, you don't absolutely have to watch both the Arrow and the Flash to understand each of the shows, but it will make it a lot more fun if you watch both, so I would recommend it. Also, I'll try to include some of the comic books, the weekly, Arrow Season 2.5 and Flash Season 0 comics in the videos that I do for both of these shows. So right now, click here for my review of the episode, and click here to start getting ready for Arrow Season 3. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I'll see you guys tonight.